comes to my mind is like being in a factory, like making things.
Putting things together.
Basically just making the everyday products that we use.
A lot of the myths are, if you're in a plant, that it's dark and it's dingy, you're stuck in between four walls every day, and that's not the case.
When I was growing up, I kind of developed a love of racing, and through that I was like, okay, I want to be involved some way with cars and vehicles, and that was really my passion. You know, I would really say you need to pursue your passion.
Once I got into manufacturing, I liked the work, I liked the people, and they just kept giving me more interesting roles, and so I kind of stuck with it.
It's a dream job. I get to be around cars, which I enjoy. The interesting thing about research and development is it's probably the most creative field you can really go into because you are developing products from your imagination. I used to love Legos, erector sets, Connects. I always used to love putting stuff together, taking things apart, understanding how things worked. We will always need something to be manufactured. They're prevalent jobs there. They're not going away.
As I was going through middle school and high school, I knew I was a car person. Working in manufacturing in today's day and age is very rewarding.
You do have the actual building part, but you have distribution and design and engineering aspects of it.
Just a bunch of like machines, and they all made separate things.
And so if you run a machine, you're not just running a machine, you're running a computer.
It's not just building something with your hands. It's, you know, you're using computers and technology to aid in that.
More things are being made by robots themselves. They need people to maintenance them, people to keep them up. And I mean, it's not like we lost jobs because the robots were implemented. It's more like they opened up different kinds of jobs.
I think people also think that when people go straight out of high school to manufacturing that they aren't smart enough to go to college.
College was not something that was accessible to me because we just didn't have the money.
Whenever I was in junior high, middle school, even high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I loved cars, and I always had. But then once I was in the door with Michelin, they progressed my training. So they sent me to school, any kind of training that I thought I needed, they're more than willing to work with me with. They send me for it, they pay for it.
There is money to be made in this business. If there wasn't, I wouldn't be here.
I was surprised by how much money I made because before I was working part-time jobs. From there on, I've worked my way up, and actually I finished school, I paid for school, and I actually just bought a house, and I'm only 25.
I didn't have to leave Lawrence County. I'm 4 miles from my house. I'm 27 years old, and I make more money than both of my parents did.
I'm going to spend 2 years at Piedmont Tech and part-time at ZF, and after 2 years then I'll go in full-time at ZF. Coming out of high school making $60,000 a year is great because one, we just got out of high school and we already have a job. We're coming out with an education because they're going to pay for our college.
I currently attend Piedmont Technical College in Lawrence, South Carolina. I graduated from Lawrence High School. I am a part of the apprenticeship program at ZF Transmissions. As an apprentice, I am currently shadowing technicians on the floor. I'm watching them fix things, they're coaching me. A lot of people do not think that manufacturing is the right route. They look down on manufacturing.
A lot of people look at manufacturing and they think it's a low-level job, it's an unskilled job.
I don't just stand there and push buttons. I actually use my mind.
I see friends graduate college going to 4-year degrees with debt, with no job, and they are just totally lost, not knowing what they're going to do. I'm graduating from a 2-year college, debt-free, tuition paid for, with a job.
I walked away with no debt, no student loans.
Get a skill. If you want a good job, you want to make a good living within our state, get a skill.
Manufacturing is so diverse. You can find what you love. You can find the environment that works for you. You can find what is you.
There's a lot of options in the world, and don't just kind of pigeonhole yourself into just what you think is the right option because people say it's the way to go.
There's plenty of opportunity. I know that we, at this plant in particular, we're constantly looking for people that are skilled and that want to learn and are willing to learn.
Do your research, take advantage of the summer programs. There are a lot of great universities and technical schools.
I think one thing to remember after finishing school, when you start looking towards careers, is don't forget to look close to home.
It's more comforting working back here knowing that I love my job.